Right, ladies and gents, probably put this up as a separate film, but during the week, a few slack moments at work. This has been on my mind to do for a little while. It's just another Mac Petition shelter. There's nothing unique here whatsoever. Variation on a theme, but what we have is 3 metres by 170, and if I remember right, this is just a farmer coming by spreading the fields there, and that's 40 centimetres down there. As you can see, gives you a huge footprint. I could have just made a 3x3 tarp out of this, but there's the 3 metres. So I cut the 2 bits in half, 40 metres on 40 metres, and I've got a spare bit there. That'll give you a 40 going there, give you some scale 40 going in there. Oh, so I'm just scratching my back there. It's in Belgian jigsaw pattern. Don't even know, I've had this material for so long. Always, well, just you buy it when it's there. I think I've got it from Point North. Wouldn't have paid too much for it, ladies and gents. Probably 30, 40 quid. And that's it. I've made my shelter. So basically, like a normal tarp, and all I did was on that little lip there sewed a 40 centimetre piece of material. So it's, you can take it down to the ground if you want by just pulling that out, dropping the ridge line and pulling it out more of an angle. But here we can see I've set it up vertically, ladies and gents. I've got open ends. Hey, if you want closed in ends, bring a 10. But this, when it folds up, takes up no more room than a military basher. It's a very lightweight material. It's black on the inside, which is good. It'll keep the, the light down inside, especially when you've got a light inside this thing. It will not shine through the material, is what I mean, which is good. You're doing a bit of the old escape and an evasion, and the Russians are after you. So there's nothing too fantastic about this. To lift it up a little bit, ladies and gents, all I needed to do there, and I'm going to show you this, is little Y stick, pick them up off the floor. Not sure, I'll bring that in. I'm going to show you this bit up a bit closer. But ladies and gents, there it is. There's 3 metres there. I think it's a little over 3 metres. You'd be happy as a little sandboy in there. Like I say, if you've got a light on, it won't emanate from the shelter. Well, of course it will the open bit, but I've got a little plan for that, ladies and gents. But boom, I'll bring you around and show you some detailed shots. Right, all 6 tie outs are exactly the same. Bit of a 20mm webbing, and this thing here, ladies and gents, is a bit of an inner tube. It's so easy to do. Sew that bit on, put this on, sew that bit on, and that's how you see it here. Now this will give me the ability, especially with wind and so forth, to have a bit of tension on that top, even if I'm using a ridge line, which hasn't got any tension, has actually got any give in it, so it's not pulling too much on me stitching. And that's it, ladies and gents. It's the only sort of thing I've done that's in any way different, or I've not done before. Again, this one's got another stick. I'll show you this stick, ladies and gents. But this part here is really being used to its full effect. So I'll let your eyes be your guide on that one. This doesn't need pulling out too much, but the other one does. I'll take you to that. If you see the same ridge line you've just been looking at, got the little bit of a ranger band round there. All I've done is pick the stick up the floor, give it a snap, quick saw down there. That's all. It doesn't even need to be a wide branch, ladies and gents. And that just helps keep the actual sides vertical. No dramas on that. Very basic, very basic stuff. But it works. And here we see one of the corner ridge lines, and it's there because it needs to be there. So here you can see my mythology. A little bit of inner tube there, sewed on once, put the inner tube in, sewed it there again, ladies and gents. And here we see doing exactly, it's keeping that ridge line very taut, but without putting too much pressure on my stitches there. And you can see it's just looped over. Let your eyes be your guide on that. It gives you the ability to tension your guy lines, and that's it. It literally is no more complicated than that. So that's a good idea, ladies and gents. Even if, I know Al's done all his up, all set to do, it's not a problem, is even if you get a bit of a bungee cord, 3mm or whatever, just tie it in a knot. It'll have the same effect there, ladies and gents. But as I was making that, I put a bit of the old banding in there. Simple, and it works. You stop your shelter getting ripped to shreds in the high winds as well. Oh, and here we see, I really like this camouflage because I put some pictures up on Instagram, I think, yeah, when I was making it, and it says, oh, I'm not sure about that date. This is now known as the Descate camouflage. It's old school Belgian jigsaw pattern. Boom. Like I say, had the material forever, ladies and gents. Yeah, so it's just like a shelter, and I'm not calling this out as anything great or fantastic, but you certainly have plenty enough room to keep yourself warm and dry underneath there. Use a gas cooker in there, as Al said, if need be, because you've got the headroom. You could take it up high if you wanted, and the vertical drop down will just come out at an angle, so you could actually use this as a 3x3 tarp, ladies and gents. But yeah, I'm proper rocking that camouflage. I like it to be different. I'm not seeing anybody have that camouflage. Only one in existence. And Davy Fairs, well, we might have a dibble on this, sir. There we see on the ridge line, ladies and gents, which is there. Just having it can be a bit of, you can tie a bit of bungee cord in there. You don't have to sort of undo it and sew it. As I was making it, again, a little bit of ranger band, I think people call it now. It's a bit of inner tube, and as you can see now, as I loosen my pressure knot, most people put it in there, and then all that tension is on the stitch in there. Got my own little toggles that I made, so I'll put that in there. That's working, thank you very much. And that will then give me that little bit more tension that I want on there, so when the air catches this thing, or it comes in from this side, all it's going to do is give way, as opposed to ripping your stitching, ladies and gents. DD Tarps, take note, very good little, you can buy this little invention off me, because they should do that, but they won't do it, so you can do it with a bit of a 3mm bungee cord. Go on eBay or Amazon, buy yourself some, and all you've got to do is a little knot. And as I say, I made these little toggles, and I always keep them attached to my ridge line, so I'm ready to go, ladies and gents. Now we've got a big opening. I'll show you how big it is inside. And here we see it, ladies and gents. Yeah, plenty of room under there, so easy to get two geezers in there. But I'm guessing that's at least well over 2 metres, and that's at least 1.5 metres off the ground. Again, I want it low down, stealth shelter. But you've got plenty of room to actually live and work under there, and you've got the ability to, you know, be covert, but also have the ability to sort of be able to do things. And as you'll notice, there's Mr. Baldick there. The inside of this tarp, ladies and gents, that's going to come out, but it's black, and it really is, it's ripstop material, and it's got a waterproof coating on the other side. That will mean light will come out this side, obviously, but normally with a basher or any type of covert shelter, once you put a light on, you might as well just, you know, phone up the space station and tell them that you're there. But that will keep a very low light in there, or it won't emit a lot of light. Right, ladies, gents, obviously I won't spend too long showing you this thing, because it's like I say, nothing flash, nothing fancy. I do like the idea that this will get the job done, and it's light and very easy to carry. What I was left with after I cut, if you imagine that was 170 wide, and then I cut 2 lots of 40 off to, you know, sew on the side so it dropped vertically. I got left with that. Now what I'm now going to do, I don't want the ends closed in and all that, because it might just bring a tent. But what I will do with this, and I'll try and do it for when I next get out, I'm going to hem that up and then sew that to there. So I'll seal that seam anyway, like I'm going to seal that seam, and it's a bulldog photo by me. But literally that, if you imagine, kind of, it's not going to look great, but that's there, that's sewn on there, and you see, yeah, actually it's coming out a bit better. So if I stand out the way and the baldy, so I will sew that up and all the way down, okay, and then just cut it at an angle, 45 degrees or whatever, to the length from there to there. So as opposed to having a drop down, any rain will hit this and just come off. And it's the best way, I think. It'll increase the length of the shelter, and you know, when you're going down and you're getting in and out of it, because you're going to get on your knees, it'll stop the water from running down there and that as well. And I've probably got the ability to do that both ends. Yeah, so this will be nearly a 4x3 shelter. Yeah, so ladies and gents, it's going to come from there all the way up there, and all I need to do is have another little toggle, and it'll have a little bit of elastic there just to keep that taut. So that's the best thing, I think. Yeah, and I just want to bring it out. Yeah, that's how I'm going to do that with that. So the next time you see this, ladies and gents, because I want to get this done, try and get it done during the week, is that to there, bosh. So any water coming down is well away from the people, all your kit, and underneath there you could just even have you store your firewood. One end you've got to keep clear, because there'll be like firewood, Bergen, head, and then your sleeping bag going down that way, ladies and gents. I'm very happy with that, and you've got to bring it out to have a little look and have a little play about with it. Anyway, ladies and gents, I'm just going to do a quick panoramic David Bailey shot. My beautiful new shelter, and gosh, I just knocked that up. Not if you can use, you do not need a domestic industrial type sewing machine for this, ladies and gents. All you really do need is a normal sewing machine at home, because it's only 4-ounce nylon. Now here's a quick question for you. Okay, if Ollie was to knock something up like this, because bearing in mind in the daytime, ladies and gents, you want a low shelter, okay, you can take this up, loosen that. So it's impromptu, as you know. I never script anything I do, ladies and gents, so just bang on it. Because I've got the ability to do that, is to bring it up, aka baker style. And they're very popular at the moment, but imagine one of these done in a lightweight wax material that Ollie's got, the lightweight stuff. I think that'd be a very viable oldie worldy, you know, shelter as it goes. Just a very simple design, bearing in mind that this will, you know, come up. You just need to put that through there. Just 2 seconds. You know, if you just wanted one side up, ladies and gents, imagine that in there, boom, that'd work, wouldn't it? If Ollie was to sort of look into making some of this, anybody be interested? I'm not even, Ollie's seen this probably the first time you're seeing it, ladies and gents, but it's got a lot of variations on it. But yeah, there you are, to be a guide. Didn't take me too long to make. And you, if you're listening to this and you can use the computer, you've got the ability and the skill to get this done. A little bit of knowledge of a sewing machine, and you could get this done, ladies and gents. But anyway, my new tarp.